up a little bit early because still in my driveway. Haven't been live publicly in a couple days, and wanted to come up live and chat a little bit on the way. I got to catch up on a few things. I took a little break from YouTube. Breaks are good. So yeah, let's get rolling here. Let me get down the road. I'm crazy about showing y'all where.
Take the next left onto Wolford Road.
All right.
Continue on Wolford Road for 3/4 of a mile.
Oh, look at that thing. Let me switch the camera around, guys, so you can see what I see. Just got a big vulture in the road. It's pretty cool. Eating some roadkill. Be confident in Raptor Will. What's going on, buddy? Enjoyed meeting you today. Raptor Will and I and Kev fished earlier today. Kev actually limited out, so this is a solo mission for me. I'm going out by myself. I got 2 more to pick up the limit out today. Hey, Sue, Daniel Burry, welcome. Won't be able to chat too much except for stop signs and deserted roads and such, but you know, I'll pop up. Maybe you guys will go for the ride with me on over to the creek. This is a local creek they just stocked 2-3 days ago. Was not a very successful stocking. A lot of the trout died.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto Old Skipack Road.
The ones that are there are heavily in shock. So last public live I did, nothing wanted to bite at all. Hey Paul, welcome. It's good seeing you out on the bank the other night. I don't know if you got the mondo you guys were looking for, but it looked like you had a fun night going and you had some good...
Take the next left onto Old Skipack Road.
Steven, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? Welcome in. Some awesome members pouring in here. I just put out a post. I took a little bit of break from YouTube last couple days.
In a 1/4 mile, turn right onto Potato Road.
And I came back and I just realized they had 6 new members, so I don't know if someone, if they were gifted. I gotta find a tab. I can't remember where the tab is, but a lot of them are like names that have been around forever, so it's awesome that they got the memberships I decided to join or were gifted. It's always good to see one of the regulars get it.
Take the next right onto Potato Road.
A lot of us want to have memberships all over. We just can't. It's just not feasible. But so we're gonna catch the. It's what?
Continue on Potato Road for 1/2 mile.
Right. 5:20 p.m. here. So it's like going to be the golden hour. We're not going to have a lot of time, but it's going to be the best time on the water. And this place was a mob scene yesterday in the middle of the day. We weren't catching anything, so I'm hoping by now everybody's, left again. That's what fishermen do around here, especially the trout people. They show up. They fish all day, the worst possible time. They don't catch nothing.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto Old Suneden Pike.
And then like an hour before sunset, they leave, which is like the best time. So we're going to go in there. Hey, Rob, welcome in. There's a new name, Shadi Porter. Welcome in. I'm sorry.
Take the next left onto Old Suneden Pike.
We're eventually going to trout fish tonight. Been away for a while, like 3 days, which is a lot for me. I go live every day usually, but it was kind of, so we're able to meet up. It's the state, but the same group that stocked the creek hit that lake, and
take the next right onto Barnes Road.
Looked like they had the same problems. They were just suffering, trying to live. But Kevin managed 3. I got 1, but I got a big brown trout there, a real nice one. And
continue for 11 miles.
2 of the fish did have eggs, and big eggs, so we've got trout caviar right now in the fridge setting up. So I'm pretty excited about that. Hey Wendy, welcome in, Wendy. Welcome. Figured I'd pop up live on the drive. Pickles is one of my new members. Good to see you. Yeah, you're about to leave and people start coming in. That's exactly how it goes. But, it's cool. I'm glad they get out, but, You can sit there all day and catch nothing. It's about being there at the right time. And the last live, I knew I was doing the right thing, but I got frustrated because first of all, I was just not feeling myself. You know, I put a post out there about depression and stuff like that, and I don't get it like all the time or anything, but I definitely get it at weird times and I can't shake it. So I already didn't feel right, and then I had people in there telling me I wasn't doing the right thing, and I just wasn't. You know, you got to let that crap roll off you when you're on YouTube. You get all kinds of crazy crap thrown at you, but I just wasn't having it because I knew I was doing the right thing. I'm staring at the fish; they weren't biting. So, long story short, nobody caught one that night. Nobody. So went back, did what I thought was right the next day, and we limited out. Kevin and I both limited out off camera, no problem. Today, Kev limited out again, and I've got one. So I'm just going back over to see if I can pick up 2 more. It's a pretty long walk in, so I'm kind of half doing it for exercise too, to be honest with you. Got 10 in, 7 thumbs up. Appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. There's a guy. That guy works for the township here, and he looks like Mike from MVP Fishing. I think Mike's still live, MVP Fishing. Check him out. And I think Stewart's still live, so check him out. He was fishing with Terry B was making his sausages, and Fish Head Videos might be cutting grass over there. And who else was in? Dam's Fish on Adventures was out on the stream where he limited out on walleye, and he caught a king that last time. So yeah, check those out. Kev is chilling at home. He's going to come, but I think he enjoyed the fact he limited out and I just like had his feet up watching videos. It was kind of like, no, go have fun. He was rubbing it in a little bit. But as usual, when we got to that lake today, he took off on his own, and I wanted to chill with Will for a while, so we sat there. I threw a carp rod out for a while, and Will and I just chatted and casted. But Kev's a hustler, and that's what it takes. Like, eventually he was like targeting trout, like right on the side. They were right 2 inches of water, and he was just triggering them, you know, right into their face. He snagged one, he had to let that one go, but the other ones he got them to bite, and sometimes it's like salmon fishing, not the most sporting, but you know, we're eating them. We weren't doing catch or release, or we wouldn't have bothered trying to catch these that are on the edges like that. But what the heck, you know, they're alive. They're just you know, not feeling themselves. They're not acclimated to the water. So gave them a free ride to the frying pan. Yo, Stewie. Welcome in, Stewart. Yeah, I can't read all that, but I'll catch up on those. Raptor Will. Now, Raptor Will, if you like scrapple, that's what I highly recommend, putting that apple butter on. Hit it up with some scrapple. I'm gonna actually smoke some trout, and I'm gonna try this apple butter on the smoked trout with like cream cheese on my toast, pumpernickel bread. I think that might be a good combo. I'm not sure. It's risky, but I'm gonna try it. If it works, there'll be a new recipe on the recipes playlist. If it doesn't, you'll never hear about it again. We got a lot of fish eggs out of that. Well, we already had some from yesterday, and we get two more females. So when they stock trout this time of year, these are the trout that have been held all year long, all summer long in the hatcheries. So they're big. They're breeders, you know, and they carry on. Like, if you don't trout fish in the fall in Pennsylvania, or don't do it much, it's important to realize that these are the breeders that are left from the year. They carry on more like natural trout. So if you're on a lake that's got a creek, they'll try going up that creek. They probably won't successfully reproduce, but they'll try, and you can target them the same way. They will bite out of aggression, especially when you see the male chasing the female and they're going in circles. You know, if you're fishing for keeps to cook them, you know, throw something in there. 9 out of 10 times they're going to bite it. Now, if you're doing catch and release, that's probably not the most ethical thing to do. But again, if you're fishing a creek where they're not going to survive, then probably doesn't matter so much. But still, if I'm doing catch and release, I'm a different angler than if I'm catching to cook. My primal instincts come out a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, it's good on just straight up toast, with or without butter. That's a really good way to do it. And if you like it really thick, you can put that apple butter right in a pot and just simmer it on low for like another 20-30 minutes. It'll thicken up nicely too. I personally like it a little bit thicker, but I'd cooked it like 12 hours and it was done at like 11 at night. And I was ready for bed, so I was like, that's how it's supposed to be. I like it personally. I like it thicker. And it turns real dark when you take the lid off. Like I do it in the crock pot for like 12 hours. But if you let it go for another 2 hours with the lid off, it'll get really dark. And you'll have to keep stirring it or else it'll be like cement on your crock pot. But I like it that way even better. Yeah, I saw that, Stuart. Yep. Yeah, it just depends on the day. These fish aren't going to bite anything right now except for a reactive strike. That's why I'm going with the jigs. I did try your flies. Reactionary. Percent not feeding. So we'll throw the fly out tonight a little bit, but like I said, I tried them for a few hours. They were striking on. They need. The worm outperformed the power bait. So if they're not hitting power bait pellets, which are literally made with the same chemicals and flavor as the hatchery food, they're not going to hit a fly that looks like it. That's just, you know, the way it is. We got a little bit of a drive, so if you don't want to see driving, just wanted to chat a little bit. It's nice to get out. I was going to hop in the blind, but I'd have to go get a shower. And I don't go hunting unless like everything's right wind-wise. I hunt like in one spot in my yard, so the wind was kind of okay, but I would have had to shower, and by then I'm like, you know what? You go down and you spook them, your whole year can be shot. And I'm looking at, there's a big 8-pointer down there that I'm looking for. So I don't want to mess that up. I'm just going to be patient. Keep cutting out. It's probably the signal. Yeah, thanks. There's not much I can do about it with the signal. It should improve when we get there. I think the signal was pretty good last time. Yeah, it's going to keep going in and out. Kind of in the middle of nowhere right here. There's a little catfish pond right there. I don't like fishing those ponds, but I might fish that one of these nights. There's some channels in there. I always forget about that place. It's one of those places they closes at dark, but it's right next to the police station, and they usually couldn't care less if you're fishing, so I may just set up there, and the worst thing that can happen is they can ask me to leave. Yogi, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I haven't been on YouTube for a couple of days, so I apologize. I haven't really been paying attention. Some of you guys I put on in the background and just didn't comment because I didn't feel like interacting. Just needed some time off. Oh, there's hot air balloons over there, guys. I don't know if you can see them. Probably not. Maybe we'll get a better image of them at some point. It's pretty cool. We got a beautiful day here. It's 73 right now. But it went up into like the low 80s when I was down with Raptor Will. Still close to 80 down there. Here. Man shed. Like Toll Time. I was trying to think of the show with Tim Allen before he got blacklisted. He was on Toll Time. I love that show. I think it's Tim Allen or Steve Allen, somebody Allen. Should be a full week of lives this week coming up, Monday through Friday, 10 to 2. Remember, Monday, we're definitely going to be trout fishing. I'm not sure if we're going to go back to the lake where I met Will today. Probably coming back over to one of these. The creek we're going to has about 3 or 4 different holes. So we'll probably spend the day there trying to limit out. Maybe even do a catch and cook on the water. All right, Will, yeah. Have a good night, buddy. We just got done. I cooked steaks for the family. I shoved it in my mouth and took off. Big fat steak for dinner. It was awesome. It's been ages since I fired up the barbecue. Yeah, anytime I fish with somebody from our channel, whether it's a member or a sub, I'm going to try to pop up, do a quick member video, maybe even public, depending on the situation. Even if I'm not, like, it wasn't good, it wasn't a good, the weather was kind of nasty, it was blowing, it wouldn't have been good on the audio, and Kevin was already gone, and I know he wanted to move around, so I knew we weren't going to be fishing side by side, but I wanted to just pop up and do a brief live so you guys could see Will. I've never even saw him. Like, we're going to meet down there, and I get there, and I'm thinking, I don't even know what this dude looks like. And it was packed with people. But luckily he knew what I looked like. Or we would have been in a conundrum. Come on, dude. I'm trying to go fish and get off the road. Well, these steaks weren't too huge, you know. I didn't shoot a cow, I shot a deer, so you can only do so much. But yeah, we just had steak, baked potatoes. It's amazing how good a potato is when you bake it in an oven the right way. You know, just pierced it, put a bunch of oil on it, salt and pepper, and 1 hour at 400 degrees. They were awesome. I think I'm going to make up some, I'm going to do like potatoes, Velveeta, mayo, trout bake. I'll make like a casserole tomorrow. Well, he's from Texas. He better have thick steaks. In Texas, they'd probably throw you out of the state if you don't have thick cut steaks. We might see Travis. I don't know if Travis is over here or not. I didn't have time to text him today. I was pretty busy getting stuff done. We've been making applesauce and apple butter all week, like I made, and dried apples. The last 2 weeks, that's, right now the apples are super cheap from the big orchards around us, which is like, there's a ton of them. You can go up to the press house and get a whole bunch of them. Real cheap, like $5 for these giant boxes of them. So I'm out of jars now, so I guess I'm done unless I can find.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto West Schwenkmill Road.
If I can find some real cheap jars somewhere, I may keep going. Because you think you got a lot, but you know, you eat a jar a week, you got 5-6 jars, you got a month's worth. That's it.
Take the next right onto West Schwenkmill Road.
Let me get. Where do you see this hill we're about to go down, guys? If you're driving somewhere and you don't know if there's going to be a good spot to
continue on West Schwenkmill Road for 3/4 of a mile.
And you see a ridge like this one, you start going down a big hill. That's a good sign that you're about to get into some good fishing. Almost always big, sharp switchbacks, drop-offs. Yeah, that's what you want. 10-pound ribeye. We got 10 people hanging out. We're almost there, guys. About 3 minutes. I'm going to try to travel light so I can carry the phone instead of wear it, so I can talk to you guys while we head down to the fishing spot. You know, I'm going to go straight here.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Branch Road.
We'll see how busy it is. I'm going to go by the first spot and I'll just have a look here. I'm probably going to go to the lower spot.
Take the next.
I'm hoping everybody gave up on it because it was pretty devastating. I came back the day after. I didn't go live at all, but the day after I came back.
In half a mile, your destination will be on the left.
The two old guys sitting under the bridge said they had been there since 5:30 a.m. and nobody caught a fish that day. And then I fished it till dark. Nobody caught anything. I was the only one. I caught 3, limited out, but I was the only one who caught fish that day. I asked Travis about that day. He was down at the other hole. Nobody had caught anything. I went to the next hole, the other hole. The next day, nobody had caught anything. So I think people were pretty depressed at this point. This is the first hole right here under this bridge. I'm just going to go slow and see. Yeah, there's a couple people. Not many. I could park right here and walk in, but let's go to the college.
Your destination is on the left.
No, it ain't. Oh, watch out, deer. There's a deer. Don't you jump out here. Little baby. Little baby deer. Okay. I'm gonna go under a covered bridge. I don't know if you all got those where you guys live, but back in the day, that's all our bridges around here were all covered bridges. There's still a few around. Buying space. Myra, welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. We're just arriving at our parking lot. We're gonna go under this covered bridge and we're gonna park here. And then we're gonna have a little bit of a walk down the trail, but it's a scenic walk. This is the Moods Covered Bridge. One car. One car. This is unbelievable. I counted no less than 50 trout in this hole too. Now it took me an 8-hour day to find them, but I found them. Okay. A second, get my stuff together here. All right, give me 1 second and I'll come and get you guys. I always try to rush and then I end up, it takes me twice as long, so let me just do what I need to do here. I can put you guys in the tripod today. Let's say we don't need water today. We're not going to be out that long. We don't need a water bottle. And don't tell Kevin I'm going to use his rod. Since we're playing for keeps, I'm not going to take my net. I'm just going to beach them. Off we go. Yeah, it's got the good old Pennsylvania feel right here, for sure. Walking path. Yeah, they're starting to turn in places, Myra, already. Pickles, remind me where you're from, if you don't mind. Oh, there's the black squirrel, guys. Black squirrel. I'll see how close we can get to him. I saw him, I did a short, but you couldn't really tell he was black, so it just looked like a stupid short. But he looked pretty tame, so we'll see how close we can get to him. See you, buddy. So it's a gray squirrel, but it's basically all black, the coloring. They're pretty rare. Once in a while you see one. But Denver area. Okay, very cool, very cool. Done quite a bit of racing out that way. Purgatory, I think. I guess that's probably up north. Purgatory? I can't remember. Aspen's changing in the mountains. Okay, so we're gonna have to go through this swamp where that lady's walking. It's a really good spot, but you don't want to fish from that side. You're up high, and they're afraid of birds, so they scatter. You want to hit them from the other side, which is half the battle. I tell people, one of my tips of trout fishing, guys, when you come up to a stream, if you have the ability to cross it, like if you come out of the parking lot and you're on the right side of the stream, cross it right away. I don't care if you've never fished there in your life, just cross it, because you're going to knock out half the people that aren't able to cross the creek. And you're going to be able to fish holes from different angles. You're going to get holes that they can't get. It's going to help you out. My dad taught me that when we were little. First thing we'd get to the creek, we'd cross it over. I would always laugh because I'm like, there's some good holes right there. And he'd be like, we're crossing. But it works. Okay, here we go. See, I like holding the camera because I can look at you guys and hopefully it's somewhat stable. Makes me think of Buddy Biggs live though. I'm not as crazy as him. Yeah, we're going to use this, if Will's in the house, this is the thing Kevin put on and caught his last one on. Raptor Will did catch a trout today. He did catch a trout. And he caught a yellow perch while we were there and a sunfish. I don't know what else he caught, but yeah, he did pretty good. And I didn't see anyone else catch a trout, so that's dang good. There's the creek up from a super shallow right here. And then it kind of comes out into a big pool. And I'm fishing the deepest area, which is usually what I do. I look for the deepest water. Primarily where it pinches. Now, not wipe out here. I did wipe out here last night. So last night, we got on them real good here. So tonight probably won't. That's the way it goes. You turn the camera on. I'm more worried about like you guys. It's really tough to have the type of live I want to have. I'm just going to appear. I did have a few follows in this area. Anything? But I'm gonna, since we don't have too much time, I'm gonna go, and I'll bet you that car we saw, this guy's gonna be in the hole, because I can't be the only person that found those trout. In fact, maybe it's the new sub. I met a guy down here, and I limited out right in front of him. And he is just getting back into fishing, so we had a good chat. He subscribed to the channel. It'd be awesome if it was him. I actually gave him my setup. Look at that bass. Look at that nice bass right there. Let me see if he'll take a... I know we're here. Oh no, he's still there. Oh, God, how did I miss him? How did I miss him? It's a tiny hook. This is not made for bass. He destroyed it. Man, he slammed it right away. Messed the whole thing up, too. Dang. First casts matter, like I say. I say it to Kevin all the time. First casts matter. You catch something, you see something like that, you get all excited. I'm like, don't get excited, just catch it. Because that's your chance. He's gone. He won't hit it again. Man. It's a nice bass, too. There's a 6-mouth largemouth that lives in this stretch. Yep, that wasn't the 6-pounder, obviously, but there's some good stock in here. Oh, spinning? Did you guys miss the bass? Oh, well. Oh, okay, guys. Nobody's in the spot, so let's see. Let's see. Try to get down here, and there's still enough light that I can actually see what I'm doing. All right, let me get the tripod. Let me take a few casts first, and then I'll put the tripod up, and then we can chat better. How you doing? Good. Just got here. Yeah, I'm hoping. And first cast, I'm snagged. Can't believe there's no one else here. Crazy. They just stocked it 2 days ago. You think it would be packed? Beautiful night too. Oh yeah, perfect. I didn't even think about that. That's exactly what it is. Forgot base. Oh, had one right there, guys. Drop. 1-0. All right. Well, gotta hope for the Phillies, since the Eagles are kind of they suck. Yep. Okay. I don't want to set you guys down till I know that I'm in a good hole that I can work. So I'm hoping to see a follow, and then if I see a follow, I'll know they're in here again, and then I'll set the tripod up so we can chat a little bit better. Oh yeah, they're here. They're here. Bear with me, I'm gonna get you guys in the tripod. We're gonna have a good old time right here. Goal is to catch 2 for the stringer, and then we can book you out of here. I'll fish this one a couple more casts, and then I'm going to put the jig that I usually use on. This is like the only spot I can even set this tripod up to. That's the only reason I was like, you know what, I'm going to go live tonight. It's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. Wait, let's do this. $11 people in, 17 thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. We've got a half decent chance here tonight. Let's see what happens. Turn you guys back on me. Hide the kids. Make them cry. Let's try this. Give you guys a view. It's so hard to like look on here and see where they're actually, what you're actually seeing. I've never fished this. I've never fished this lure. I don't want to overfish it though. I want to take my time. Fan cast, switch lures, fan cast, switch lures. I might have to move down a little bit because I like to move down and fish up so that the lure comes downstream right in their faces, especially when I'm jigging. Pretty cool lure. I didn't read anything about it, but it's really erratic. I guess it's supposed to be. I think it's called a Trout teaser. It's made by Berkeley. Yeah, it's super erratic. One Life. Yo, what's going on? Thanks for coming back in here. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good night. We're trout fishing. Mostly quick moving creeks here. It's moving pretty good. It's moving faster than it looks. I mean, compared to some of our other streams that are like not moving at all. The water, we're like at an all-time low, but this actual creek is up a little bit. They must have had one big storm here. Oh, I had a follower that time. Make a better cast up there. Using Kevin's rod. I feel like re-rigging mine. A couple more casts and we'll change lures. Some too erratic for me. A little too erratic. Double A, welcome in. I went to the wilderness to test my survival skills. I didn't bring back anything with him next day. Came back with survival knowledge. I went home the next day. I'll come back with I thought you were going to quote Ralph Waldo Emerson for a second. Welcome in, welcome in. Going to switch up lures here. I fished this whole dang area. I'm telling you, this is the only pod of trout. They're all right here. So I want to take my time and not, you know, fish till they don't bite. Let's see what we want to do here. Lay out all the culprits. So I'm going to use one of Dave's jigs, double hook angling jigs right here. And just the tail from a mouse tail, that's what I'm going to put on next. Little tiny presentation. Double A, I'm going to get you a wrench. You've been in here quite a bit. Whoops. Uh-oh. I was double A, that's my bad. Myra, I accidentally removed that comment. I did not try to do that. He was saying hi to you, Myra. Sorry. Can you do a hook and cook? That's what I'm going to be doing for the member live. I can. I've got a ton of catch and cooks. I have a whole playlist on catch and cooks. But yeah, this week we can try to do another one public. Yeah. Double A. Living Life with J. Marshall. Welcome in. Thanks for coming over. We're just re-rigging here. So many different ways to cook it. So the way I would cook it in survival is a lot different than I'd cook at home. So I'm not sure, you know, what you're looking for. But I'll tell you, when you're out camping in survival mode, it all tastes good. Just be careful because you're going to make it and it's going to be delicious out in the wilderness, right? And then you're going to get home and you're going to make it and it's not going to taste the same. Food and drinks taste like the environment you take them in. Like, I used to brew beer when I lived in Alaska, and everybody that came up to our cabin said that I made the best beer in the world. And I would make beer when I got home, and nobody would say that. And beer sucked at home. So it's because of the experience you're living. Everything tastes better, air feels better. So the fish recipe I do on a shore lunch, it tastes great. It might taste like crap in your kitchen. Good to see you, Mike. How'd you make out there? Let's see if we can get a trout before One Life has to roll. Walk away from you guys a little bit to increase my chances. We're looking at it. Gotta hit. Come on, hit it. I had one hit it right by that log. Dead drifter. Probably should have put a slightly heavier jig on. I'm gonna try to throw a split shot on, see if that'll work. When you're sight fishing, you're literally trying to trick them into biting. Mythical fish. Yeah. I'm trying to catch dinner, but a mythical fish is always welcome. Spend enough time out on the water, you increase your chances of catching a mythical fish. You can see I've had dental work, so I'm back to biting my leads again. My dentist is going to yell at me. Let's see. Last couple minutes, got a 2-pound pass on a buzzbait, got a smaller crappie, couple long-eared sweets. See, the bass and panfish live went well. Can't beat that, man. Very good, very good. So I just added one split shot to it. We'll see how this acts in the water. Oh, add him, add him. Add him. Turn you guys a little bit more. I'm going to move down a little bit and cast up on them. Brown pellets here. Put a brown worm on that matches a real worm a little bit better. Try that. They weren't following the yellow at all. Yellow was the ticket the other day. I think I caught 2 on the yellow and 1 on the brown. Does that work, Dwight? Is that your secret? Welcome in, Curly Express. Tuna fish. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. That's why nobody's here. I can't see too well, but I saw a couple followers, so I know there's something still here. Let me see, that one, he followed that one again. Let me see if I've got a slightly heavier jig I can put on. Let's see what he's got on here. Oh, Dave. Let's see what you got. Open up Dave's box. Just slightly. It's going to be too heavy. Yep. Yep. I'm going to stick with this, I think. Sometimes just sliding the weight all the way down makes a difference. We'll see if that does or doesn't. We're going to work our way up this edge a little bit. I'll move the camera, but I want to hit this hole good. I don't want to get moving the camera every 2 seconds. I keep getting hits under there. Let's pop the weight off, give it like a natural fall again. Knuckle busting, what's going on? Pickles is a new member as well. Anybody want to fess up to buying memberships, or was this another gifted membership? I didn't get time to look yet. I started the live by talking about that. I've been kind of off YouTube a couple days, and I came in and I saw I had like 6 new members, which is awesome. I popped up with Will this morning. I was like, who are these people? Actually, I knew who they were, but I was like, how'd they get in here? Because sometimes I'll do a member only live and I hit the wrong thing, and next thing I know, everybody's in there. Let's move up a little bit. Yours was gifted. Okay. All right, I got to figure out who did the gifting. That's what I figured. There's 6. I'm like, that's and I forget where to look for that setting. I found it before. Somebody was going wild. Members going wild. I pulled one out of this hole yesterday. All the others came down there. Just had to follow though. Man, I wish I just had a little bit more weight on this. How's it going?
Hey, any luck?
Nah, a couple followers, but right in the hole. Got 15 in, 25 thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. Hate doing live near people. I hate it. Gotta retie. I'm gonna put a little bit heavier jig on. Brown tail, olive body, pellet mop. Small hooks, man. And make sure that mop material's small. Smaller the better. I don't know why they're all different sizes, but the mop thickness, I think, you know. This last stocking was all screwed up. They were all shocked. But that last batch of mops, the thinner ones were killer. We'll see. Let's go, Stuart. Yours is up, man. We'll throw one of your mops on right now. Now, I did put them in the scent bag, and I put some scent on them, so gave you a little fighting chance here. There we go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, chartreuse is my favorite. But you got to change it up constantly. But if I had one to pick from, I would go with chartreuse. Dude set up right across me, right across from me. The whole creek. So that's why you have to be careful. Like, fishing here is different than fishing anywhere else in the world. Guarantee it. There's 2 different games you're playing. There's fishing and then there's spot preservation. I'm telling you guys. You go exploring, you lose the spot you really believe in, stuff. Thank you, Dwight. But I'll throw a $10 bill out there, see if that works. Oh. This is what a Stewart's, so now I can blame him. They're gonna, yeah, I was gonna say they're all in this hole. You're gonna spook them out coming to there. Walking right through the damn creek. I limited out here the last 2 days. But today we went down to Levittown, and I only caught one there, so I'm trying to get 2 more here tonight.
What time were you here today?
I wasn't here today. I was down Levittown today.
Okay.
Last 2 days. I was middle of the day.
Yeah, I was here early this morning, and then I had to stop.
Yeah, they're following, but not like most of them are just kind of.
There was a bunch right there.
Yep. Yeah, they're right on the. If you don't go in this area, they settle down under those branches. But as soon as you come near here, they go up into the deeper run. Yeah, they definitely like the erratic action. They don't like anything gradual. The only thing I caught them on were jigs.
Kind of weird.
Yeah, well, they're in shock. A lot of them died. When they stocked here, they were all, I was up top, and I was catching them with my bare hand. They were just like on the side, dying. The hawk was coming down, eating them. It was bad. Levittown's even worse. Half the batch is laying dead on the side. They don't, the state's supposed, they have their own rule is to measure the temp.
Yeah.
They didn't measure it. I was there when they brought the buckets down. Nobody measured it.
Yeah, I felt like it was warm.
Yeah.
And it was earlier this year than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stock with Stony Creek anglers, and if we did that, we'd lose our, nonprofit status. We have a game warden with us every single time we stock, and we have to put an NOC paperwork out every time we stock.
You talking about in the spring? Yeah.
Anytime.
I was probably there.
Anytime.
Doing videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like we have all that paperwork you got to fill out, and it's the state rules, right? But they come and there was no one taking. I watched the guy that came down from the truck, dumped it in. That was it.
Did you see how many they threw in? I heard 2 or 3. Then another guy said he saw them throw 5 in.
Yeah, I think it was about 5 here. The 3 at the Iron Bridge. Yeah, hawk probably ate a bucket. ATC, what's going on, bro? Welcome, welcome. How you doing? What is good? More pike and bass. The youngest broke his pike curse too. Sweet.
You got a live stream going?
Yeah, yeah. There we go. Nope, nope. I got a stickerel. Nice stickerel. Talking about pike, ATC. Look at this one, Brad. Got excited. Yeah, they're not jumping, they're not feeding, they're not in the normal places. They're not well.
I mean, they usually come down here, but not usually right away.
Yeah.
They're up in there. Well, I got one here this morning, and I got one up under where they stocked them yesterday morning.
Yeah, they were.
Several guys here, and nobody caught any.
I know. I was here. The couple that was here, they were here since 5 a.m. They said he was a guy with 2 kids, and I came in and I settled over on the lower hole and then caught one first cast, and the guy was just like, "You gotta be kidding me." It pays to walk the edge with glasses on and look before you start fishing, you know?
Yeah, that's why I have these, but when I got here this morning, it wasn't even enough sun to
Yep.
see, and it was kind of cloudy. The water
Yeah.
was cloudy. It looks a little bit clearer now, but
Yeah.
not much. And I just was down a couple of the other spots, Callow Hill and at the apartments. Same deal, nothing down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like this docking was the same group. They hit Levittown and then came here.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing over there. No one's catching anything. I was there with one of my members and then my son. My son limited out. He was basically casting in their faces, jigging it like they were sitting on the edge, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, as long as you don't snag it and it takes it in the mouth, knock yourself out, you know? Because he's eating them.
I went to Ridley Creek on Friday after not doing very well here. I wanted to see them stock.
Mm-hmm.
Delaware County.
Yeah.
I drove all the way down there, watched them stock. They put a lot of fish in. I caught one right away when they threw them in, and then that was it for the rest of the afternoon.
Huh.
And then I saw was guys each caught 3, and you could see big schools of them just kind of roving back and forth.
Yep. Yep.
And a couple times I threw something in their face and they nipped at it, but then let it go. I guess it's the same deal down there.
Yeah. Yep.
I was thinking of heading there tomorrow, but I don't know.
Some of them trout did have tail men through, so they were nearly fully finned. Let's see if I missed anything. 15 in, 27 thumbs up. Appreciate it, guys.
What's your channel?
Anything is possible. Like Finn, F-I-N. Not sure where we're going to go tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Sunday?
Yeah.
Not sure. We're going to be trout fishing first light tomorrow. Kevin wants to go out first light tomorrow. All right, they want to see the other fishermen. You can just say hi to them. What's your name?
Fred.
Fred. This is Fred. So
And I have a channel, Music Man Fishing.
Music Man Fishing. All right, are you on YouTube with that?
Yeah.
All right, can somebody drop Music Man Fishing's link and we can all connect over to him?
I don't have anything live on there, but I have lots of stuff from the spring stocking.
Nice. Very cool, very cool. There's a dead sunfish over there. That's nice. Where's the hawk when you need him?
I guess you've heard all the stories of the hawk and people stealing people's stringers.
I have a video.
One of those, yeah.
I have a video. It's on me. It literally comes like the stringer's hanging and the thing comes down right at my crotch.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, no. Yeah, it made me a lot of views on that video. They'll get it. They'll drop in there. We got Shad Daddy. What's going on, Shad Daddy? There it is, Music Man Fishing. ATC just dropped it. Awesome. They got you in there.
Cool.
These guys will all connect over you. We got a very diverse group around the whole world. We got Scotland in there. We got Canada in there. We got Wales in the house. What other countries we have in here right now? Bass Fishing 336 just came. Sounded good. It's a stick though. Stu, he dropped it first. It's not a race, but thank you, I guess. All right, there you go. Stephen Merchant just subbed. One of my awesome members right there. Stuart's hoping that you show up and outfish me right away. He would love that. It would make his day. Nothing makes him happier than my failures. So Stuart's in here. This is a box that he tied for me from Scotland. He tied all those for me and sent them on over from Scotland. That's Stuart. He's in there right now. Stuart the Fish Whisperer. These are my jigs from Dave, double hook angling jigs. Go with purple. We usually do like carp and catfish, but with the economy, I go trout fishing when trout are around, you know? So these guys are like sick of trout fishing already. I'm like, guess what? We're going trout fishing.
I did so well this spring. I was really looking forward to this fall.
Yeah.
It's been disappointing.
Yep. It was the same way last year. It was not a great fall stocking, but you got lock ash coming up. And last year, lock ash was horrible when they first stocked, but it was great all winter long because nobody caught a fish and they were all out there.
In the fall?
Yeah,
they do that in fall?
November. Yeah, November 3rd.
I didn't realize that.
The Stony Creek Anglers stocked that one.
So it's not going to be on the regular website then, I guess.
Probably not. I don't know if the state might also do it.
I looked up Montgomery and I didn't see anything. You know, maybe.
Yeah, check lakes though, because sometimes it defaults to streams.
Okay.
But yeah, lock ash November 3rd is the Stony Creek tournament.
Huh.
And then last year the state stocked it, and then we stocked it. But our smallest fish in the pen's like 16 inches right now.
Yeah.
The tanks. But last year we had the gill lice, and they lost them all, and halfway through the season, so they were barely legal when they stocked them, and everybody was complaining. Nobody fished it, which was made for a great winter. I was there every morning carp and trout fishing all winter long, and we were catching right up to the shutdown before they stock again.
Wow.
I was catching 2, 3 a day.
Huh.
They weren't big, but they were keepers. And they got pretty big by spring. I don't think they could survive in there any other time of year, you know?
Yeah.
The fall stocking I like because of that. Wild hook. Welcome, welcome, C. Peyton. I got to get you wrenched up, buddy. C. Peyton, don't you move. Oh, don't move. I'm going to put you in timeout. Here we go. Standard. All right. Let's see if I'm re-rigging here. Fish forever. Let me get you hooked up here as well so you guys can connect around, make friends. Paul, I don't know if I said hi to you. P&B is in the house. Paul, if I ever call you P&B Beverages, just know it's a good friend of mine owned a company called P&B Beverages, and every time I see P&B catfishing, I think P&B Beverages. Do another double hook angling jig here. Yeah, I'll connect to your channel when I get home. They dropped the link for me, so I'll go grab it and connect over to you. How many what, Rod? How many what? 2 steaks. I made 2 steaks tonight. Is that what you want to know? Go with orange. I think that's the only color we didn't throw at them yet. Oh, you know what? Let's go with a straight up trout magnet head, little tiny one. Fish. I don't remember how many. Can't remember, Rod. I caught one this morning, buddy. Caught a nice brown. Kev limited out, so we've caught 4 today. Trout. Just none on this live. That's what you're getting at. That plane better be delivering some trout. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, it's hard to go live trout fishing because I like the cover water. And we fished with Raptor Will this morning, and Kevin and I went halfway around that lake. We were covering tons of water till we finally found some dumb trout that were hungry. I didn't see anyone else catch. We got 4 and Will got 1, but I didn't see another person catch a trout the whole time there. He's following it. He doesn't want it. I, I told you, I don't care about skunks, guys. I'm not afraid to go at skunks. If you guys want to see fish, you can go catch panfish all day long. But, you know, we got missions each day. We got a mission. Today's mission is 2 trout. So, it is what it is. If I get a dang signal in my tree stand, we'd be out there right now.
Saw some nice size smallmouth over there earlier today.
There's some nice largemouth in here too. I was talking to a fly fisherman here the other night. He's like a TikToker, but he said there's a 6-pounder in here. We saw a huge one. That's why we got talking about it. He said it's probably the 6-pounder. They said they got a picture of it at the bar down in Percy. He said with the scale, and he said it's definitely all of 5, if not more. All right, Steven, have a good day, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, if fishing was easy, you wouldn't really do it. It wouldn't be what you'd want to do. I mean, we caught, 44 carp in 2 weeks? And then we left them because we got bored of catching carp. And then after that, we get skunked, and now we miss the carp again. So maybe we'll go back for carp. Maybe Tuesday we'll do a carp special. But that's why I like Lock Ash and Green Lane and their spots in the winter, because they stock those, and they have carp there as well. So you can put 3 rods out, rig 2 for carp and 1 for trout, and kind of get into the multi-species. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah, that's another one that they stock. I don't know if that came up for you. Deep Creek Lake, Green Lane Park.
There, I've never caught a single fish there.
You have to.
Lakes are tough for me.
What you want to use, and it's the only spot I do this at, and I learned it from the Asian folks that fish the beach. They use a little lead, 1/4 ounce egg sliding sinker. With slack in the line and an indicator on this part of the line. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they pick it up, and we're talking 12 hooks, mm-hmm. 1 little piece of power bait, and that they catch them. But man, the takes are so subtle. You see that thing go, you got to grab your rod and set it immediately. Because I was watching them, and like one day I was chatting with the guy as best I could to understand him. So he showed me everything he uses, and I did it. And I felt so stupid because I'm like, I don't think that's a bite. And I grabbed it and it was on. And ever since then, it's like I catch them now. Wow. But they are so finicky.
And are you out far when you do that?
Or? Usually, yeah. But when it rains in the winter, they come right up on the edges. Because that warm water coming out from the rain gets them fired up in shallow. Otherwise, they're out off the beach. Well, the beach is gone. They just dredged it. But the beach, straight out from the beach, is the 15-foot hole. That's the deepest spot. So the carp and a lot of the trout will end up there once the temperatures really drop.
Okay. Yeah, same for me for Levittown. The only time I did any good was when, minutes after the truck pulled away.
Yeah.
I caught a lot of them right there, but then any other time I went back.
It's funny, that's how Lock Ash was for a month. I didn't catch a trout out of there. And everybody stopped fishing it, but I was catching carp, so it kept me coming back. And then it was Christmas time, we started catching them.
Huh.
And then into like January, we were limiting out each morning. That was when I used to go live at like, I was still working. I retired last spring, but I used to work till, I used to go fishing at like 5 a.m. and I worked in Fort Washington. So I'd hit Lock Ash on my way to the office, fish live for an hour and a half, and then go to work.
I've caught some here in January. The holdovers
Mm-hmm.
from the fall
It's
stocking.
it's funny,
Just
you know.
the 1 year though.
They just need one good log that no one's fishing, and then they, you know, then they can spread out with a good rain again. Oops. Sounds good, Paul. Have a good night. Thanks for coming in. Yo, Dennis, let me get you a wrench, bro. I took all the wrenches away a while ago, so I'm just starting to add them all back. Just don't block anybody without letting me know unless they're a whack job. You know the deal. But it lets you connect everybody easier since YouTube's inept and can't, you know, run their own channel, run their own system. Shouldn't have to make a moderator so they can share a link. It's ridiculous.
I just had a little hit there.
They got some browns in here, so maybe the browns will start. The rainbows ain't doing nothing.
You know, the website says rainbows only, but I was also told that they had some browns in.
Yeah, I caught 2 browns.
And usually these are my go-to for browns.
Nice. A little waxworm.
It's a little fish crawler, cheese flavor.
Okay. Yeah. I know just with the hatchery, the browns are always, like for the state, are always small because the feeders go off like in the day and the browns aren't aggressive to get the food. But, you know, when they hand feed them at the Norristown nursery, they hand feed them before they go at night, and the browns get huge down there. I never understood why they don't, you know, they're in different pens. Why don't they just set the time for the browns to be at night? Even though they're hatchery fish, they still kind of, you know, they still got that desire to feed late at night. It's like fishing in a bucket. You know they're there. Not even catching the rock bass anymore. Oh, that was a hit. What kind of music do you do?
I'm in a classic rock band.
Nice. What's
But I do, you know, I like all kinds of stuff. I mainly play electric guitar, but
Okay.
acoustic too. And I sing.
Almost all my good friends are musicians, and I don't know why, because I've only ever played the bass. Anything more than 4 strings, I couldn't handle. I'm getting a lot right at the edge and then nothing, but I think they're rock bass at the edge. The sunny should shut off, so it's either going to be rock bass or trout, I think. I never catch sunfish at night. You know, once they kind of just shut down at a certain point.
That's true. I never thought of it.
will come out in winter. Not this creek, but some of the creeks in the wintertime, you can come out with a light, a headlamp on in the middle of the night, and you'll see tons of crappie that come out. But they won't feed, you can't catch them. The bass will though, you can catch a bass that way. It's frustrating, a whole bunch of casts. Pike and muskie fishing here, never caught either. We have some videos on muskie fishing, and we did a how-to Tuesday night. They're going to start up once the time changes. We do the classroom setting on Tuesday nights. We did one focused on muskie, and I covered everything, not just what I do in my specific area to fish for them. Really depends on where you're at, but we'll go over like the gear and the line. Send me an email or a message on one of the videos, and I can send all the links to you, and if it doesn't answer your questions, I'll answer them for you. But there's just so much information, I don't know where to begin. And it really depends on where you're fishing too. Are you on a bank? Are you on a boat? What time of year? And the classroom setting, we actually covered the difference because, pike versus muskie. You won't catch a pike at night, but you'll catch a muskie at night. We go into all those different feeding preferences, winter fishing, and what shuts off at what temperature. So it's a really good one to watch if you're super interested in it. And we actually have a whole playlist on muskies where we went after them. Like live, we did 25 trips before we finally got one. But you can just skip to the 25th if you want to see the good one. Hope that helped, I don't know. Hey, New Hope, what's going on, buddy? I haven't seen you around. I don't know what happened. I was seeing you pop up a lot. Let me add you as a moderator so you can connect around. You're near me. You're in New Hope, like Jersey or Pennsylvania, right? I think I got the right person. You make lures, right? You were going on like a vacation or something, and it was like you never came back. I never saw you again. Oh, no way that's trout. Such a light hit.
That, no, it wasn't that bird.
Such a light hit. I don't think that's trout. It's a dove. I don't know if it's gonna happen tonight. Dave, double hook angling's in the house. You remember making this one, Dave? This is one of yours, dude. Going with the purple jig tonight. We're out trout fishing on a local creek. We can see them. It's like the only spot they're really holding, but they haven't been real active since they stocked. They kind of went into a little bit of a shock, I think, temperature-wise. Yeah, there's something little out there that just keeps chasing and tugging the whole time. Okay, I think we just drop her down there. Gotta be a bass in there. There we go. Fish on. Might just be a sunfish. I don't know where my kid got the drag. Rocky. Rock bass. Big rock bass.
Yeah, it's decent size for a rock.
That one, yeah. Well, it's not a skunk, so got that going for us. Nice rock bass right there. Look how fat it is. On a Dave jig, double hook angling. Make sure you connect if you don't got them already. That was my commercial for the night. I just casted that and let that thing sit and try that again. In here with all this action. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're just going to pick it off the bottom. Smoked a 12-pound pork butt, and now smoking more deer jerky. Yeah, that was a nice buck your son got, man. That thing was a beaut. I'm going to move in your farm there. I'm going to set up my own tree stand. Dano, what's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. I can't even see the number. We got 14 people hanging out. Very cool. Thank you, guys. And Dwight covered our gas money to get here. I appreciate that. Red eye is one of my favorite. Also for king salmon. That's what I used. My primary trolling bait in Alaska was the red eyes. That's what I use mostly. I use them for muskie to fire them up, get them all fired up, and then I'll throw something a little more slow behind it. But you ever watch a red eye in the water, man? It flashes. If there's something thinking about feeding, it's going to be looking at you. Yeah, silver red eye. Dad duty calls. All right, New Hope. My buddy was in here the other day and he said, I got to go. My kid just pooped on the floor. Another dove. There we go. There's one, guys. I don't know if that's a trout either, though. He was real close to it. What do we got? Another Rocky. I think that's the hole right there because he kept tagging it all the way in and then he finally grabbed it. I think we got our little culprit that's nibbling out here. Another Rocky. Let's go up to the stump. Let's go up and throw a couple at the stump here. Hit it from here. I hope Dave doesn't go back and see how few jigs are left in the jig box. I might be in trouble. But you know the deal. Most of those are Kevin. That boy's fishes in the trees. Oh, dang it. That was trout. That was a trout. You know he's been busted up when that worm slides down. See, Peyton, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Where's my fish? Got two Rockies, but I really want to get a trout here. And I just had a good hit, which I'm almost positive was a trout. That's a stick. We don't have too much longer. It's darker out here than it looks, and I didn't bring the lights, so we don't have too much longer. All of a sudden, it's going to get dark to you guys real fast. Let that sit in the stump. Oh, I am sorry, C. Peyton. Didn't realize that. My apologies. I don't know if I have you connected. So if you have content or you want to subscribe or leave a comment on one of my videos and I'll connect back to you. I use guys a lot of time. I know I'm not supposed to use guys. So that's what I just use that generally sometimes too. Come on, fishy.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. I figured you were up to something, Dave. I appreciate it. You don't have to do that, buddy. You know that. Your jigs are what we go with, man. That's what we use all the time. It's just my favorite style of fishing for these creeks. I'm not leaving yet, though. Now he's gone. It's going to calm down a little bit. We'll see if they bite. He was nice enough, but I just don't like when people come in on you like that. Like, I would never fish a hole that someone else is fishing when there's no one else in the creek. Or I'd ask them so you can kind of work together, you know? I bet you Dave's jigs would be murder through the ice too. Oh yeah, they do good. I haven't gotten out much, but when we went out last year, that's what we were using. Yeah. Now we use your flies too, Stuart. We use your. You see your. Don't get all jealous, man. We use them too. Under the bobbers is our. We use them all the time. We go. You know, you don't just use. There's two different approaches for us. I don't jig a fly. I'm either jigging or I'm floating flies or I'm fly fishing. But dang, I mean, they're in close here. But yeah, a lot of times our crappie video, I got tons of videos out there catching them on Stewart's flies. But if I'm going to take a tackle box and go to the creek, 9 out of 10 times what's on there is a jig, just because that's my go-to style. Because you can jig up a fish anytime. Whether they're eating or not, you can get that reaction strike. I can't even see where I'm casting. Let's move back down a little bit. Yeah, I got a lot of the fuzzy ones. I don't use those as much And I need to get back to it because they do work. Just haven't used them in a while. And it is getting really dark out here. But, you know, I can't go home empty-handed. Can't leave here with nothing, you know? What the heck? This is why I had it going this way. I wasn't ignoring the music, man. It just, there's no flat land. A couple more casts and, like, I can't even see where I'm hitting. Just going on feel here. Eventually, I'm going to snag something and break off, and that's going to be the night. There we go. Fish on. Fish on. Fish on. I don't know what we got. Can't even see it. Oh, he's off. Fish off. I don't know what he was. He felt good, though. Awesome. See, Peyton. Yeah, I'll connect back to you. Thank you. It's hard for me to remember people unless like I check their channel out or just read their description sometimes is enough. Then my brain works. But I know you've been in here a lot, so I appreciate that. I just can't leave. I can't leave, guys. I can't. Can't leave with nothing. Have to eat a rock bass, maybe. I don't know why. Like, this is why I get stressed out in life. Like, I could pack up right now. Would still be able to see, but I'm going to wait till it's so dark that I'm not going to be able to see anything. Be tripping over the rocks. Break my good foot. But it's so hard for me to leave. I know there's browns in here. Oh, there was one. They're hitting it on the fall now. I'm going to do bigger jerks because I got hit 2 or 3 times on that retrieve, and I was doing like a bigger twitch each time, and they were hitting it on the fall. Let's see. See if we can get one here. Won't be able to see it. I'll have to turn the camera around, put the light on, but we'll see if we can get one here. Let it sit a minute, and then I can drop it. Uh-oh. That was not water. I don't know where my jig just went, Dave. I don't even know if I'm in the water right now. I might come back with a squirrel. Ooh, I had a fish. I'm in the water. It must have hit the log. It sounded hard, whatever I hit. It's like last cast territory here. I got a boogie. Yep, it sure is, Pickles. Stewart ties them on his channel all the time. And when he starts them, it's them up. And then he counts how many flies he's going to, I guess that's his inventory system. He counts how many flies he's going to tie from it. I think we got last cast here, guys. What I'll do is I'm going to pack up the stuff real quick. We'll make the creek cross before it gets any darker, and it's like really dark. And then we get over to that field, and I can take another cast or two from the field because I'll be able to see out there a lot better than out over here in the woods. Fascinating stuff. I'm no blank slate for fishing, but the amount I don't know. Gargantuan. Well, you're in the right place, you know. You can learn a lot on YouTube, that's for sure. We're losing light fast, guys. Let's get out of here. I can't even see where I'm going. Just in that 2 minutes it took me to pack up, I can't see anything in here. Well, for some of us, we're always learning, grads. Some of us are always forgetting. Let's play the game. See, this is where he crossed, and this is where the fish are. You gotta go way below it. You don't walk through the hole. But whatever. Whatever. Let's see if the lights are on this thing. Might as well. Let's put our high beams on. I think there's high beams on here. Is that a light? Yeah, we got our lights on now, guys. Yes, look at this. I don't know if it's helping or hurting now. Now everything looks darker. Where'd Music Man go up? Should have watched him. I never went this way. It's getting chilly out here. Get out of here. Orange or tan or brown, maybe a few each. Yep. Deciding on colors. See, what somebody told me I should do is when you're doing a live like this, just start screaming, running, and then shut down the camera, and then don't go live for like a week. I think that's a good way to, you know, get your algorithm going. Here's drop off. Oh, you don't want to take a wrong step there. I want to hit this one spot. Let me try to do what I did the one day. Actually caught one on this side. I caught one here. It's such a pain to get it up here. I thought for sure I'd lose it. Oh, had one, guys, had one. I don't know what it was, but I had a bite. We'll try that again. Oh, come on. I can quit anytime I want. I can quit anytime I want. Chip's in the house. Awesome, Chip. We gotta get out of here. It's getting really dark. That might have ended it. Oh, I got it back. Don't want to go home though. It's a nice night out here. I should have brought my lights and just kept fishing. But I know my wife will be wondering where the heck I am. One more spot I want to hit on the way out. This is the last cast here. Okay. Yo, Stewie. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Not necessary, but appreciated. See if I can hit the star. One last run snowboarding. That sounds like you've learned. Damn, I think you might be slightly behind. We haven't had a fish on in quite a bit. We did catch a couple rock bass, one real fat one. But we're gonna take one more cast, see if we can catch a trout. Ooh, I tell you, that air, that air bites when you're wet from crossing the creek. I think this is the spot I wanted. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see here. Go down there. Hold on, let me shrink you guys down here. This is how I break feet. This is how I break feet. But you got to get down there. You got to get the right spot to hit the. What was that? There's a Sasquatch down here, I think. Where am I going to put you guys? Let's put you guys right here. Is that New Mexico? Very cool. I always wanted to go to New Mexico to the Petrified Forest. I think that's where it is. At least that's what I was told in my horrible education system. That mud stinks. Come on, fish eaters, don't go to bed yet. Somewhere in here, there's got to be a trout looking for a worm. No idea where that landed. Hopefully it's in the water somewhere. Last cast, guys. Last cast. Right under the structure. One more. I'm going to hit across the main channel here. And then we're done for real. Unless we catch one. Ooh, third one jump. Sounded like he was straight in front. Right there. All right, let's get out of here. Appreciate y'all coming in on a Saturday night. I know tons of people are live. Oh, jumping over there. Hate when they jump when they're trying to leave. Okay. Let's get out of here. Hold strong, little rock. Oh. Whew. Pebbles is looking for Bam Bam. 1-800-HELP-YOU-FISH. Oh, Lord. All right, guys. We're out of here. Probably going to be live in the morning. I'm not 100% sure. Really want to get my GoPro fixed so I don't have to be live on the weekends and I can record. But right now, that ain't happening. So probably going to be live. I can't read when I'm walking. I got to stop to read. Bam Bam looking for pebbles. I've been to Edinburgh. Grandparents are from Glasgow area. Pickles, if you had, I think you were asking about muskies. You can just on a video, or you can, my email is on my about page. If you wanted like specific questions answered, I can do that. It's Holitna. It's a river in Alaska if you have to Google it, but it's Holitna River Lodge at gmail.com. 1-800-CATCH AN EEL. Yeah, I don't think there's any eels in there. There's not much in there to catch at night, to be honest with you, except for the stocked brown trout and a couple bass, but it's just kind of a dead creek, to be honest with you. It's my rod. That's how dark it is out there. Ah! You do a trick on you guys, like, oh my God, what is that? What is? Ah! Where'd I park? Ouch! Dang it! Walnuts. Tripping hazard. That damn squirrel left his walnuts all over the trail. Let's see. Cool. Email you. Sweet. Yeah, do it, Pickles. Let's do it. Blair Witch, yeah. Blair Witch got your keys. I was rafting. You met ATC, the guy that was fishing with his son with the long hair, Don and Alexander. So when we were young, we stayed up at my dad's cabin up on Fishing Creek in Columbia County, up near Paul actually, PA Brew News. We went rafting one time. It was right after we watched Blair Witch, and we got like way off track. It was pitch black by the time we got to our car, and I realized I had lost my keys on the rafting trip. So that was fun. So we were joking, Blair Witch got your keys. We had to walk like 4 or 5 miles home that night. And then I had to break into my dad's cabin. And luckily, there was keys inside the cabin, which I didn't even think that far ahead. Like, what if there wasn't backup keys? Like, it's deadbolts. Like, I wouldn't even be, I've been stuck inside the cabin. Depending on how it had like these bars, which the only way I got in was my buddy was like grabbed my legs and was shoving me through these bars. So I don't think I had enough force to do it myself. But yeah, well, we made it back, guys. I'm gonna close this thing out. Yeah, it is not a skunk. It's definitely not a skunk. I know it's not easy to catch trout here. Nobody's catching trout, dude. Nobody. So the fact that we got what we got 4 today, which you're only allowed 3 a year. I mean 3 a day here this time of year. And yesterday we limited out. We had 6, and the day before we limited out and we got 6. So 16 trout. We'll take that. We'll take it. But we'll make another run. Hope to see you guys in the morning. Not 100% sure yet. Otherwise, you'll definitely see us 10 o'clock. If you remember, 10 o'clock on Monday morning, we'll be at it. So y'all have a good night. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you guys. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on the next one.